Today we are going to be playing Mightreya, which is a toku-themed game, tokusatsu-themed game. Now behind me, you might notice I have several books this week. Normally it's like one or two, but I have a lot of these types of books. Tokusatsu is one of my other major like passions and things that I really like looking at, watching, and reading. So when I went to go find like, oh, let's find some Toku themed books, we ended up finding like 20 something titles. So we're not going to talk about every single one of these, more than likely. But we'll chat about a few and then we'll play the game a bit and we'll chat about some others. Um, Tokusatsu is one of those things that is um, hard to define because the definition in Japanese and the definition or the perception in America is quite a bit different. In Japan, tokusatsu is anything that's special effects. So your Spider-Man movies, um, the superhero movies, anything that does special effects is technically tokusatsu. But in the West, generally, when we're talking about tokusatsu, we're talking about the superhero uh, Tyson or the kaiju or the Ultraman type uh, shows. So there is a block on TV on I think Saturday mornings in Japan that is Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, and there's also Precure in there, which we've been watching with my daughter lately. Precure would not technically be Toku from the Western standpoint because it's animation, but it falls into that like superhero transforming theme. And this game we're playing today, Maitreya, is definitely in that kind of superhero transformation type of story. So, I think the closest related thing, as far as what I've seen from the trailer, is like a Henshin superhero. So, I got a couple of titles that I can throw up right away. There's the comic book Henshin, which is just a this is an American comic, um, but it is one that um, is obviously very uh, enamored with. Has a writer who's very well versed in like Common Writer specifically, or something like Android Kakaider, um, where you've got the Henshin hero. They're on the run from a shady organization. There's a dark version. There's a dark Henshin antagonist pursuing them. Now, unfortunately, there's only one volume of this out so far, and it's been that way for the past few years, I want to say. The author has said that they want to release more, but as is, this is the only one. I read a tweet from them, I want to say late last year, saying that there's going to be more this year and there was going to be like an offshoot series, and I've heard nothing more about it. Um, but this is one to potentially check out just to dip your toes in it, because it is rather straightforward. It's an easy read. There's also, as far as like approachability, there is the Immortal Legends Batman run that just got collected. This is Batman as a tokusatsu hero. I think I talked about this recently in a wrap up video. Um, so I can't remember if I posted that one yet. From this month? I think it's from this month. So I don't think I've posted that one yet. But this one is Batman as a Toku hero. Batman, Robin, and Nightwing are like three different aspects of this group that is drawing on the powers of darkness from a parallel dimension where all these uh, demons essentially like travel into our world. There's all these incursions. Um, and I feel like this has, if you like Batman, this has a good handle on what makes a good Batman story as well as a good like Toku story. And so I think this would be another one that I'd recommend for if you're just wanting to like get into it and see if this is something you'd enjoy. Because you could still enjoy the Batman side of this. There's also a really cool issue in here with the Riddler, where there's all these different puzzles that you can solve, and you can try to match wits with the Riddler and try to solve the problems as as Batman is doing. So those would be a couple of recommendations. I also have my current read. So this is what I'm going to be reading next. This is my next one. This is on my 26 for 2026, and it's the Master of Monsters. This is a biography on Eiji Tsuburaya, who is the like founder of Tsuburaya Productions, which is the creator of Ultraman. Subaraya has been at the forefront in recent years of making a lot of this type of material accessible to Western audiences. They've given their entire backlog pretty much to Mill Creek Entertainment, who continues um, to create DVDs that you can buy, like physical media. Who's even doing that anymore, right? Um, they also stream their most recent shows on YouTube. They've given access to the movies that are currently running in Japan, like on Golden Week. There's a new movie for Ultraman and Sentai because like all the schools and all the businesses are out for the week. So that's like the big week for films to get released. And Tsuburaya, at least in the last couple of years, has been giving like access to like streaming rights where you can go on as an American fan and order virtual tickets for these movies and stream them at home while they're still in theaters in Japan, which I think is wild. Toei is the one that owns Super Sentai and Space Sheriff Gavan, the Metal Hero series, because they just shifted over from Super Sentai into this like Gavan Infinity thing. And they're also the ones who have Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider, they're now starting to do this, but Toei seems very cautious about moving product into the West. That being said, there was a lot of gloom and doom about a year ago when Super Sentai was ending. Um, but uh, I would say, you know, given how many different titles I have that I could just talk about, I think it's a really good time to be a Toku fan, despite, again, all the gloom and doom that people had for that series ending, because it was one that lasted for quite a while. I think 50 years. And so people were like, oh, it's the end of an era. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into the game. Again, I don't know how well this is going to go because um, we're going to have to use the PC settings. Um, so attack one, attack two, alt attack. I don't even have that button. Okay, sure. Dash, is that a shift? Okay. Jump is space. Okay, so I'll be like this. Q, F, Q, F, E, X, and Z. Sure, those are nowhere near each other on the on the keyboard, but sure, we'll try it. Um, like I said, I have a controller. It just does not want to recognize it. So, all right, now we're gonna get into it. Hmm, that is showing the desktop audio as incredibly low. Hold on, pump that up a little bit. There we go. That's better. All right. I do have it set as Japanese with English subtitles. So another thing we're going to do real quick, we're going to move me up here for today, just so we can. All right, let's go.
ヒーローと怪獣との戦いが日常化した世界。ここに一人の新たなヒーローが誕生しようとしていた。
マハトマ市中央区に怪獣警報。付近の皆さんは機関の案内に従って速やかに避難してください。繰り返します。マハトマ市中央区に怪獣警報。付近の皆さんは機関の案内に従って。
So how do I move?
マハトマ市中央区に怪獣警報。付近の皆さんは機関の案内に従って速やかに避難してください。
あんた何してんの？
は？あなたこそどうしてこの避難勧告の中逃げないんですか？
The kaiju alert going off.
いや、私は何もしてないっていうか。
Hold on. Last time, I swear. Okay, there we go.
今からこの辺に怪獣が出るんですよ。
Be a kaiju attack any
さっ
minute.
さと逃げてください。
いやいや。
撮影しに来ました。政府やマスコミのフィルターがかからない生の映像を撮影するんです。
は？そんなことしてどうすんの？
Excellent question. Why?
怪獣、これが本物の。
いや、あんた逃げなって、安全なとこに。たくしょうがない。変身。
Yep, alright. That's also very common writer. The Henshin pose.
私が倒すしかないか。
おはようございます。ヒーロー活動を開始します。フラッグを検知。
Alright. Camera is to move the mouse around. Okay, evade and dash is shift. At my attack. Okay. Sure.
すっごい。もしかしてあなたは
怪獣の撮影とかマジで何考えてんの？あれ？
敵増援です。
すごい。こんなヒーローを見たことがない。彼女をカメラに捉えるのはこの僕が一番乗りということでしょうか。
ちょっとあんた避難しろって言ってんじゃん。
こんなの手の中ではありません。
ちょっと今はかわってられないか。
追加ウェーブ出現。
ずいぶんでかいタイプもいるみたいだね。
ダメージ20ジャストドッジ成功。
We need to figure out when to die. The dodging is not clear. This feels very Devil May
それ
Cry.
マハコの制服ですけど、お会いしたことはありませんよね。
あんたまだそんなに怪獣に殺されたいわけ？
そんなものを恐れていては真実なんてつかめません。
Sure.
さっきの戦いお見事でした。まさか同じ学校にヒーローがいたなんて。
いや、ヒーローって
Don't call me a hero.
やめてくんない？別にそんな大げさなもんじゃないよ。
No big deal. You know, just take down 3 giant kaiju.
お名前は？ぜひ命の恩人のお名前が知りたいです。
レイヤだけど。
ありがとうございます。僕はリ
Mightreya,
オと言います。レイヤさん、海抜隊なんかが集まってくる前に場所を移した方がよくありませんか？
そうかもね。チャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。
Hit that like and subscribe. Doing my job for me.
チュートリアル。
Now we get a tutorial?
さすがのヒーローです。
I press pressing X. Okay, hold on. Is that okay? Okay.
Clear.
Be mindful of the same attacks will significantly reduce the damage and knockback. Also looks boring and on stream and lowers your score. Mix in different moves to fight effectively. Okay. Use a launch and smackdown. Press space. Okay, launch. U. Okay. All right. Okay. Perfect off of that. Launch an enemy and follow it with. Okay. Sure. Launch an enemy. Okay, we'll have to successfully actually launch them. Now he's way out there. What am I supposed to do? Oh. Alright. So, launch an enemy. And then perform. Do what? Hit both? Alright. Yeah, we're exiting the tutorial. We're exiting this because unfortunately I don't even know if I've got that key on my stuff.
ちょっと待って、ここはどこ？
Well, hold up.
街が崩壊してるよ。どうなってるの？
I'm sorry. Is that supposed to be an option?
都合により時間が少し飛んだようですね。大丈夫です。ちゃんとカメラは回していますので。
Oh,
それはいい
it's
っ
the
てだから。
streamers watching us.
ていうかこれどうすればいいと思う？
Got it.
この謎の崩壊地帯を進んでいくのではないでしょうか。どこかに出口があるかもしれません。
そうだね。まあとっとと帰りたいし。
おっと、それはヒーローとしてあるまじき発言。
はいはい。
配信開始です。
I'm interested to see how the
しょうがない。行くよ。
配信開始。
I'm interested to see how the streaming aspect works out in the overall story. Alright, use right when the hit is low, hit the right time for a bonus score, and out. Perfect.
体重接近
Enemies super armor. Enemies don't flinch from normal attacks when flashing red. Use the attack. Sure. After battle, your overall score is calculated. Avoid damage, defeat enemies fast, and vary attacks for high score. Yeah, very much like a Devil May Cry style game, which I really like. unfortunately, like I said, it's unfortunate that the controls here with the And it's definitely like got a lot of energy. I like that aspect of it a lot. I think if it can integrate the if it can integrate more of the controllers, the fact that I can't use my Switch controller, I think it would be a lot more engaging to play this on it. If you're lost, press Z to show the navigation route, follow the green line. We're getting so many pop-ups right now, though. Like, I get that it's the demo and it's like early game, but like, it's very distracting. Going back. More kaiju fights. No damage in If your guard breaks, take damage. Stay vigilant. Like recovering from falling off the edge of the screen. Have much of a jump. And like a lot of the clearing the distance on this is the attack, which is fine when you're in combat, but like, what am I supposed to do right now? Right? Like, it's a cool idea, for sure. But it does feel kind of not great when you don't. There we go, okay. So I feel like the movement that we is gonna have
強敵です。
I'm gonna use it. Hold shift while touching a wall to run up it. Oh, okay.
ナイスでした。
That probably would have been nice to know a little bit ago. Shift while touching a wall. Okay, that was fun. Whee! Up the wall. Again, that was really fun. When the movement works, it's really amazing. I just worry about, you know, actually being able to, oh god, control it. I'm definitely enjoying the vibe, for sure. It definitely feels like a Sentai superhero ridiculousness, like jumping up the wall, climbing up the wall, doing all these crazy attacks. A lot of fun. And like I said, the movement feels like it could be very, very free. If I could get it down. There's just that kind of like floatiness to it. You do like jump forward enemies and attack and items and things, and zip all around the place. They feel a little loose.
私の勝ち。
敵影なし。
Well, I get money from my viewers.
敵がフラフラです。
Maybe you can just fight in the middle of nowhere, like you just get in the middle of space. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Help me. There we go. And it does try to respawn you, it seems like, at your most recent, like, place where you were stable. So, like, it's trying. Okay, good. I was wondering if I was going to get this. Alright, and I didn't get that. Oh. Here we go. Here. Alright. This looks like it could be, like, bigger. Yeah, there we go. Hold H. Okay. Hold minus. That is a very inconvenient button to hold.
今のがつかめます。ものすごい動説だ。 いただきです。一通り進んできましたね。
まったくどこまで行けばいいのこれ。
そろそろ帰ってもいいようですよ。
は？
どういうこと？
さて、帰って次のミッションを受注しましょう。
Let's go.
待って、また時間が飛ぶの？
Skip time.
お仕事完了だね。
おつみよでした。
In the zone.
変身。
また知らないところだ。いい加減にして。
まあまあ。あ、誰かいますよ。
Oh, he's here. Oh, hello.
どなたでしょうか。
節操、羅刹天の夜叉なる。
Warrior of Ratsuten.
いざ、尋常に勝負。
なんだか知らないけど、相当やる気だね。
It was like a boss fight? Cool.
問答無用。お命ちょうだい。
Oh, yeah.
いきなりバトルが始まってしまいました。
Bosses don't flinch from normal attacks. Guard break by lowering the gauge below the health bar. Go all out when their guard is down. Okay, lowering their gauge below the health bar.
こいつ何なの？
Did not know.
やっ。
叩き切る。
残り体力あとわずか。
Goodness.
油断した。
Full finisher. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. That was fun. I fail.
まあまあやるね。手間取らせやがって。二度と逆らうんじゃないよ。
ふむふむ。こいつはおそらくこのデモ版のボス
Probably
で
the
す
boss of
ね。
the demo.
ちょ
What?
あのさ、あんたそういうことは言わない方がよくない？
あ、すいません。
No, we're not supposed to break the fourth wall, guys. Come on.
おめでとうございます、レイヤさん。デモ版クリアですよ。
はあ、もはや何も言うまい。
それでは製品版でお会いしましょう。さようなら。
Okay.
ヒーローと怪獣との戦いが日常化した世
Alright, so
界
this is like a longer
ここに
trailer.
新たなヒーローが誕生しようとしていた。
いや、あんた逃げなって、安全なとこに。たくしょうがない。変身。私が倒すしかないか。
おはようございます。ヒーロー活動を開始します。
怪獣を撮影とかマジで何考えてんの？
まさか同じ学校にヒーローがいたなんて。
なんかこれってまるで動画配信者じゃない？
この街の怪獣を倒してる英雄的存在だぞ。
Oh, we got our kind of like our rival character.
我ら羅刹
Oh,
天です。
okay.
よう人間ども、邪魔する者は容赦しねえ。
ずいぶん上から目線だね。
拙僧は羅刹天が一人。
I met
よっ
you.
しゃ。
お前ら登録者数は？
How many subscribers you got? Not
我
very
々
many.
のチャンネル登録者数貴様らのはるか上です。
Oh, is their sub count also important?
わらわは地獄の女王。逆らう者は死ぞ。ヒーローども、いつでも挑戦待っておるぞよ。
そんなに戦いたいなら私が相手してあげようじゃん。
いいぜ、その生意気。
もうちょっと苦戦してる感じ出ませんか？
もち言わないでよバカ。
今更ですが彼氏とかいませんよね。
やあ諸君、少しお邪魔する。
お主アートマを力任せに使っておる。
ぶつける以外のやり方なんて知らない。
俺はあの人に憧れてヒーローになったんだ。
That reminds me a lot of like All Might.
そんなもんかヒーロー。
みんなの期待か守ってみせる。
マハトマチの諸君もう安心だ。センマッシャー。
なんかヒーローっての期待されてもさ。
そんなことより取れ高を期待しますよ。
今すぐ Steam のウィッシュリストに登録。
さあみなストーリームオンだ。迷わずこっち見な。
Alright.
正気なプロフィールなんだ。
So here's my result. Not very great. Okay,
よ
A.
かった。もうこれで帰れるね。
I'll take it. That's not bad. For like never having played the game and also not being able to use the controller. I feel like it's good. And I think that's gonna be it, right? Like that's the demo. That's it. Now, like, all right, this is let's talk final thoughts because that was real short. So, couple things. All right, let's talk about a couple of things. I mean, I got all these books. I got all these books, and then like the demo was like not even half an hour. So let's talk about positives and negatives. Let's talk about like my concerns with the game, like in general. So first of all, like Devil May Cry is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I love Devil May Cry. I played the first three games. Second one is awful. Number three is great. But I played the first one like so much. I got everything unlocked. I did all that stuff. I like the action platforming style of Devil May Cry. this feels like it's hitting that same mark, like the Devil May Cry or Bayonettas of the world, um, but at what feels like a slightly lower budget. There's something very like floaty about the mechanics, and like I said, it was very frustrating. We got into that loop of falling off that cliff over and over again because where it was resetting me was like right at the edge of a cliff and just like falling down. That was not good. Um, and then, like I said, just movement in general outside of combat. Movement in general is weird because a lot of what you're doing to move around is still like attacking. You're like have to find those little bubbles, those little gems, and attack the gems, and you fly across the screen, which is fun. Like it's very engaging, but it feels like it could be a little hard to control at points. Uh, the other negative I really have is this: like it didn't recognize my Switch controller at all. I would have loved to have played with an actual controller. When you boot up the demo, it tells you like this is better with a controller. Well, I mean, I tried, but you didn't recognize this as an option, and it was definitely the game. Like the my computer was recognizing it as active and as plugged in, but had I been able to play off this, maybe it would have been a slightly different experience. I think the the controls for the keyboard are manageable. Like I was a little concerned because it didn't seem like they were all that close to each other, but it worked okay. I just think it's going to be much smoother if you have an actual controller. Um, so the other thing I have with this is it still doesn't have a release date. They're saying Q2 2026. It's Q2 2026. You would think that it would have more of um, a clear release date. Now I did pull up. I'm gonna have to um, exit out of here. I did pull up earlier the Steam page, and I feel like they had an announcement about the game there. Uh, and like when it was going to get released. So yeah, it's still TBR. But I feel like they had an update about it was going to get revealed or get showcased somewhere. So here they said on May 23rd through 24th, it took part in the digital Super Expo. You could personalize your avatar. You could use it to walk through virtual booths and compete in mini games. Um, there was an extra up. Then they've got like update, patch notes, that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, I'm a little bit worried that there's still not a release date. Like it's already Q2. Like when's it coming out? Um, I will most likely purchase this game. It was fun to play. I liked beating up the monsters, and I liked the ranking system. It very much is um, in the vein of some of my favorite, not only my favorite like topics, my favorite things to read about, obviously, and talk about, but also my favorite kind of game with looking like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta type uh, thing. So I had all these books out, and I thought like maybe we'd have more time to talk about them. So I'm gonna grab another stack here, and we'll just talk about. Oh, look, you can get. There's all sorts of different types of reading you can do if you're into Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, that type of thing. So one of the things I was talking about with someone recently was about how Gaiatima is probably the closest to like an actual Ultraman story. A lot of the other things being released right now um, tend to be the kaiju or superhero formula into another genre. But this one is, if you were just a fan of Tokusatsu, as far as like Ultraman, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, that type of thing, and you just want another story that's like that, check out Gaiatima. It is about a kaiju that uh, runs through the city, and then years later it returns, but now it's like connected with one of the villagers there and is a protector for the city. So gives very strong like Ultraman vibes, um, and has the kaiju element in it. I wasn't sure this was going to have the kaiju element, so we can talk about kaiju as well. Um, and then just like to talk about some of the ways that this has kind of taken off into other genres while still having the trappings of like the Super Sentai formula. We've got Mr. Villain's Day Off. Mr. Villain's Day Off is a cozy slice of life story about um, a Super Sentai villain on his days off and how he likes to go to the zoo and see the pandas and eat ice cream and just have a good time. Uh, so, like, if you're into slice of life things and you kind of want to see how that is done through this lens, you can check that out. We've got our like shonen uh, superhero type thing with Kaiju number 8, which has our protagonist body get infected by a kaiju. He can turn into a kaiju, so he's basically got like a henshin into a kaiju type of thing. So blending a couple of different genres. This becomes just your typical shonen jump, shonen style action hero story, to the point where the most recent volumes, I think the last three, have all been the same fight. Very drawn out, but it's going to end soon. And it's one, so I think it's going to end around volume 18. So it's also not a huge investment in as far as the manga scene is concerned. I don't think 18 is that many volumes. Um, and it's got some offshoots. It's got Kaiju number 8 B side, which is written by a different person, and it takes inspiration from the light novel that came out as well. And then you have Kaiju 8 number Relax, again written by another writer entirely. But this is like the silly, fun, like kind of like Kaiju number 8 meets Mr. Villain's Day Off, where it's like, what do they do on their days off? What do they do to relax and just have fun and be silly? Another genre that I did not expect to see kaiju and toku in any meaningful way is the shojo genre. So this is Kaiju Girl Caramelized, and it is a straight up shojo title. It has all the trappings of a shojo, like the kind of iconography and things that you would expect with the like I don't know how to describe it, like the bubbles and things around the characters. I feel like again, hard to articulate, but there's a certain style to the like the backgrounds and the gutters of a shojo series. So even like this kind of soft background with these like bubbles um, is very indicative of that uh, not genre, that medium. Um, but this is about a girl who, whenever she feels romantic feelings or gets flustered or is stressed, she turns into a giant monster. So it's like turning red, but instead of turning into just a panda, she turns into a full-on like Godzilla-sized monster. Early on, it is just like her tail will come out or her uh, horns will grow, but she can become like a full-on 30 story monster that rampages the city. So again, not a mix up, not a mixture, not a blending that I was expecting to see. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy it exists. It's a lot of fun. This one's out to 8 volumes, I want to say right now. A ninth one's on its way. Um, I absolutely love the series. I think it's one of the like sleeper hits, especially if you are a Toku fan. So, um, So once Mightreya, once Mightreya gets released, I'll probably do another video because I've got several more books I could obviously talk about, and we could go a little bit longer than 40 minutes. Um, but yeah, it's one that I'm definitely going to look into, and I'm also going to look into how can I make a controller work with this. Am I going to have to invest in another controller so I can play this game? Because I'll do it. Um, but yeah, that's going to be it for the stream today. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with me. I hope your reading journey is going well if you are a reader. I hope your gaming journey is going well if you're a gamer. Um, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow this corner of our BookTube community and try to blend the gaming world with the reading world. Uh, yeah, and until the next one, take care.